Well, hello, YouTube. It is I, Carissa McIntyre, Lady Mac XO, and as promised, we're going to review all these books. Now, it's been a while, so I just want to rest assured everybody that you're about to get a whole bunch of bulk recorded content back to back to back. The summer was pretty crazy. The fall is bringing some huge pivots, some huge changes I think you guys are going to really like, but more on that later. For now, it's book time, baby. Now, I did not read all of these in 1 month, but also I really haven't read anything in like a month. I don't know what to tell you guys. It's been a journey. I have so much to share with you. But when I was reading, I read some goodies. So we're going to start with this. The Good Sister by Sally Hempworth. This was a pretty interesting read because it went back and forth between two different characters, and honestly, neither of them are very reliable narrators. You find that out pretty quickly for different reasons. And there are a lot of twists in the book that it was continuous. Like, it wasn't like, ooh, a twist. It was like, oh, okay. And then, oh, we're going this way. And then, oh, we're twisting here. And it wasn't chaotic. It was very easy to follow. I really enjoyed it. I didn't find it a very, in-depth read. I read through it pretty quickly. And it basically follows twins who one has, they both go through their own issues. I don't want to say too much as a spoiler, but they have grown up. They're very close, but they've grown up extremely different, very different, and it does circle around pregnancy. So if that is something that you're not comfortable reading, not that it's not in a, you don't need to be warned about anything. Just some people do not read books about pregnancy or anyway. So that's what it kind of themes around. So I liked it. I would definitely recommend it. It was a good read. We're not going to do that one yet because that's a little dark. We'll save. We're going to, not in particular order, but I'm going to try to keep it PG to the smut book I just tucked over there. So I read Verity by Colleen Hoover, and I will be very honest with you guys. This is the very first Colleen Hoover book I've ever read. I own quite a few of her books. These are only two of my 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bookshelves in this room alone. Yes, they're all giant Billy bookshelves for the most part, except for the one you guys are propped on, which is my to be read shelf, which contains about 60 novels. Anyway, I've never read any of her work before. I've heard a lot of mixed things about her as an author. I didn't mind this book. I can see where the Cinderella theme kind of comes from. I can see where there was some controversy over, I guess, the very last chapter that's stuck in here. If it was necessary, it was in my copy, so I'm kind of glad that I read it, so I didn't have to go get another copy. But the book follows a girl who's a woman who's a writer, and she is offered a contract writing for another female author who's suffered a tragic accident and cannot finish her book series. And it has a lot of the new author has to go stay at the house. The husband is there. I'm kind of lost a little on the Cinderella thing because it definitely feels like other vibes for me. But anyway, I don't want to give too much more away because I feel like this is a hard one not to give spoilers for, but I'm really late to the ball game with this, so most of you probably read Verity. Did I like it? Yeah. Would I read it again? No. Would I recommend it? I don't know. I'll still read more of her other work. I have at least 4 or 5 of her other novels. I'm going to read 1 or 2 more, see how I feel. But I'm very like on the fence. Like, I didn't not like it, but like it wasn't amazing. It wasn't great. I'm not like raving from the rooftops about it. So that was Verity. Okay, Sea of Lost Girls. I liked this book. I bought this completely on a whim at Chapters because I had a gift card and it was in a pile of a lot of those like 3 for $10 books or something. So I'd never heard of the author. I'd never heard of the book, The Sea of Lost Girls by Carol Goodman. It follows a family and they live in a college campus town where there has been a lot of tragic history that dates back like hundreds of years. The lore really directly relates to the college. It follows an accidental drowning / taking of life of a woman that's connected to the family. And then it sort of figures out how that is connected to the family and how it's connected to like the tragedies from a couple hundred years ago. It was interesting. I feel like I kind of figured out where it was going 2/3 of the way through. They kind of try to twist it, but there's so much foreshadowing that it's one of those novels where it's like you could have done like 1 or 2 foreshadowings and we probably still would have caught it, but by like the 8th one it's kind of like, oh, surprise. But I liked it. I still liked it. I think it was well good. It was well done. So I will definitely check out some of her others. There's some things on the back here about some of her other novels that sounded really good. So I would recommend this book, and I will definitely read more from this author. You guys can see my little piles over here. Okay, I don't know if this one counts, guys, because I didn't finish it. Not that I didn't like it. Savage Appetites by Rachel Monroe. It's 4 accounts of different women and how they get involved into true crime. And I believe it's based around a podcast. I'm a true crimer. I am a serial unalive watcher. I love me some like podcast stuff. This I'm going to circle back to as a podcast. So like I said, I believe it's actually a little more than that too. There's a lot of other written material based around these collections. I don't know. I don't want to say it was too dry or too slow or didn't capture my attention, even though it was all of those things. It's quite possible that I was just at a time where I needed more from a book than that. That being said, I didn't finish it. I didn't even get through The Detective, which is the first story in here. But I liked it enough to make an earmark note that I want to check the podcast out. So again, I don't know if this counts as a book review. I'm not going to tell you to read it or not read it because I can't really give you an opinion. But if you are into true crime and all of that kind of stuff, I would definitely check it out because maybe you'll come at it in a better mindset for reading than I am. But that's what you get. I didn't finish it. Sorry, guys. Okay. Nick Cutter's The Deep. God, I really loved this book. Wow, I'm really dark today. I'll have to change my camera view for my next video. I'm sorry, guys. Maybe I'll just change you a little bit while we're like literally in the midst of recording. How's that? Not any better. Oh well. The next video will be better. Maybe I'll be wearing the same shirt. Maybe I won't. It's a mystery. Anyways, I enjoy a lot of Nick Cutter's work. I reviewed The Troop last year. It's an interesting book. This was great. If you like creepy, supernatural, a little bit of like, I would not put Nick Cutter in like splatter punk horror or anything. It's definitely got some creepy graphic-y stuff, but not Aaron Beauregard back here creepy. This one in particular follows an underwater science expedition that started to go wrong. And it's also set during the apocalypse in a sense, like zombie kind of thing. So you've got like an above world terrible thing going on, and then way, way, way down below in the deep, you have this like science experiment that's going wrong as well. And they are not related, but they are related. And so the brother of the main scientist that's down there ends up being sent down to try to like help, even though he really can't help. And it's unsettling and it's creepy, and it was a page turner for me. I would highly recommend Nick Cutter. I would recommend The Deep. I would recommend quite a few of his books. I think I have The Troop actually sitting just right here. So go read his work. I think it's great. And last but not least, now we're at the darker side. We've well past the 3-minute mark. So much of my channel has to change because of monetization and words and markers and all of that. But I'm coming back to you guys with some more videos very soon. And I think you're going to like the trajectory of where I'm going. But anyway, that sick love was all over my TikTok and book talk and dark romance things for a really long time. There's a handful of books that were really popular like a year or two ago that I just never got a chance to read. So they're coming. And this one did. And I liked it. Okay. I liked it. If you're into dark romance, I would recommend it. However, this was one of many books that I have seen just obsessed over. Everyone just loved it. It had got all this traction, all of this hype. Everyone was like, read it, read it, read it. And like, was it good? Yeah. But was it like, is this my top dark romance to recommend to every single person the way I felt like it was recommended to me? No. No. But I liked it. So I would recommend it. I just don't think I'm like crazy obsessed with it. I don't know. It feels very like there's a whole genre of dark romance in itself that's like Catholic girl raised to be like to do great things within her church and religion, and then there's like this underlying dark society that is only there to like corrupt and unalive and become obsessed with the women in the religion and pull them out of it or be corrupted within it or whatever that sort of where that storyline goes. So anyway, I feel like this trope there's just so many of it. And I don't know, like I already read a handful of them and then I got to this one and I was like, oh, we're doing this trope again. So I don't know. I go into a lot of books blind too. So I hate to read a book and not like it because it's based off a trope that I don't like. And I don't mean to imply that with this one. However, I did go into a shifter romance blind that I was not aware was a shifter romance. And I was disappointed. So sometimes I feel like I need to share my reviews and also share with everybody that they are my opinions and they are how I enjoy or don't enjoy a book. And please do not base everything that you read off of my opinions. But this is just how I felt. I felt like this was really, really, really hyped. And it was like, okay. So if you haven't read it, read it. That's all I got. But it's a big book, so know what you're investing into and know if you'll like it or not. Okay. So there you go. There are the books that I read over the summer. I have read nothing finished for August at all. I am working through the second book in the Belladonna series though. And it's just not doing it for me. Foxglove, I think it's called. The artwork's beautiful. I'll give you that. So, I don't know. There's that. I may wait until like maybe Halloween before I share another book review. I have a lot on my plate right now. My free time is not really capitalized by reading either. I've been crafting. I've been working on other things. And yeah, I've got some big things to share. So I'm going to go change my shirt and I'll record another video for you. Who knows when you'll see it. because I'm batch recording a whole bunch as we pivot and make some big moves. All right, guys, Lady Mac out, author Chris McIntyre here. You can go check out all of my work, find everything down below, and I will see you soon with another video. Stay kinky, my friends, and keep reading.